Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His Word. And family, I am so glad to be back with you guys for another Sabbath. And family, of course, we cannot go without saying this. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family, I just want to say something here really quick. Couple of things, as a matter of fact. Now, there was a person on Instagram that was sending around this little meme or whatnot, and they are an Israelite. They're within the Israelite community. Now, there was something that was said. And what was said was, people love titles, right? So those of you, you're probably familiar with that if you saw it. So he mentioned something that kind of got my attention. He said that people love to call themselves kings. And guess what? You damn right. You know why? Because the Most High calls us kings. The Most High says that we are the royalty of the earth. So if you have a problem with that, since you're so concerned with titles and things like that, that's what the Most High called us. So for any person out there that has a problem with me addressing our family as kings, queens, princes, and princesses, then you can kiss my ass, because I'm going to call our people what we are according to what the scriptures say. So if you got a problem with that, then you just got a damn problem. Too bad. Okay? Maybe if you would start thinking of yourself more, then probably you wouldn't have to go around like a little girl and spread memes. How about that? Next. The next part. I am going to be showing a video here tonight, family. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want anybody coming to me talking about, you traumatized my child. I don't want to hear it. I'm telling you right now in advance, the video that I'm going to show, it psychologically scarred me when I first saw this. I was like 3 years old when I first saw this, and I'm not kidding you. Seriously, this image stuck with me until this very day, because I still happen to find it very traumatizing, and I'm going to share it with you. Now, some of you may not be as sensitive, but you got to remember, this is something that bothered me ever since I was like 3 years old, all right? My uncle brought this over, and we watched it, okay? So I am going to be showing it. So if you have children, or even for yourselves that may be a little sensitive to certain things, you may not want to watch this part, okay? I will give the disclaimer before we begin, all right? But it goes with our lesson tonight, and all I'm going to say is that you probably should watch it. But if, again, if you are a squeamish person, then you probably shouldn't watch it. All right, there we go. Now, family, what are we going to talk about tonight? What are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about the differences between the Israelites and our enemies. Now, we all know that the entire world is our enemies, yes indeed, but Esau particularly, we're going to speak about them tonight. And I'm not going to go into them yet. We're going to save that for last. What I want to do, I want you to first, please, open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. And I want you to go to Romans chapter 12. We're going to start there. We're going to start at Romans chapter 12, because Romans chapter 12 tells us how, as Israelites, we need to be with each other. And we're going to break that down, and I'm going to prove it to you. Then we are going to get into our enemies. All right. So, family, go ahead and please open your Bibles up, and we're going to go to Romans chapter 12. We're going to start there. Oh, goodness, I'm telling y'all, baby. Or they're going to be some pissed off people tonight. And I'm telling hey, you can be mad all you want to. That's your business. All I know is that I'm bringing it out. The Father put it here for us to read, and we are going to read it the way that it's supposed to be. All right, so that's how we're going to get down. Okay, here it is. Romans chapter 1. Should be Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, stop. Now, right out of the gate, it mentions brethren. So right now, this is written by Paul. Paul is giving exactly who this is spoken to. It is spoken to the brethren. It is spoken to the Israelites. All right? If you don't know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's who this is written for. Brethren, I'm going to start again. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So, that word, holy, let's make sure that this is talking about the Israelites. So please, we're going to take a detour, and I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, which y'all already know is my favorite. But by now, if you walk with me in this truth, then you already know. You actually already know this one by heart. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So as we know, this is when Moses was giving this message to the Israelites. Okay? So that's who it's talking about. These holy people speaking about us. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. We are going to go back to Romans chapter 12 and verse 11. Let's go ahead and read that one more time. Romans chapter 12, verse 11, verse 1. All right. I'm going to read that bottom part one more time. Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So you know what reasonable service means, right? It means that this is something that you should be doing regardless. The way that you're supposed to be treating your brothers and sisters. You have to present yourself. That is the lowest of the levels. The lowest. Because you're holy. You're supposed to know not only who you are, but what you are, okay? That is a very foundational subject that you should know. Okay? Verse 2. And be not conformed. Stop. That word conform. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the definition of conformed. We got to know exactly what that means, because some people just read that or whatnot. Like, nah. You're going to know exactly what conform means. Watch this, because you have to have the understanding behind this. Conform. Made to resemble, assuming the same form, like resembling, little used. Next one, to make like, in external appearance, to reduce to a like shape or form with something else, with to, as, to conform anything to a model. More generally, to reduce to a likeness or correspondence in manners, opinions, or moral qualities. So now that word conformed is covered a lot, didn't it? Yes, it did. It covered a hell of a lot. And you know what that covered? First and foremost, let's start with this. First, queens, gotta start with you. So when the Father says, do not conform, that means for those of you that got that blonde in your hair, guess what? You're in sin. Because first and foremost, being blonde is leprosy. And we all know naturally that does not pertain to us. That pertains to Esau. So when you go ahead and you put that blonde in your hair and you're thinking that you're looking cute, you're not. You actually look stupid and you're sinning, because that is not naturally yours, and you are going against what the Most High said about you. He said he made you perfect. He said he made you beautiful because you look like him. So whenever you alter your body and your looks and your appearances like that, when you want to go ahead and get boob jobs and Brazilian butt lifts and all those things, the Father said, oh, so I didn't make you good enough, huh? Whew, a lot of y'all got to really worry about that when you stand in front of them. Kings, can't leave us out. Can't leave us out. Now, some of us even go the distance to putting lightening cream on our bodies. Go look at some of them athletes. And they want to brighten their damn skin up. Before, back in the day, it was Ambi. I don't know what it is now. But yeah, those damn skin lightening products. Like, nigga, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? Not only that, but some of y'all blonde your damn hair too. Y'all do. Wear the monkey suits of Esau, even dress like them. Y'all know how y'all dress like Esau with the damn polo shirts and the khaki pants and the skippies. Come on, that's not our style. That is not our style at all. Then it mentions moral qualities. Moral qualities. Ooh, baby, come on now. Accepting the philosophies of Esau, accepting the philosophies of Christian church, accepting philosophies of hell Halasi, whatever hell his damn name is, and all these different things of Islam and reggae and all that crap. That has nothing to do with our people. Not a damn thing. So now let's go back. Now that we got exactly what conform means, let's go back. Okay, we're going to read this one more time. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Do what the Most High told you to do. Do what the Most High created you to be. It's very, very simple. Remember, foundational subject. Verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God have dealt to every man the measure of faith. So here's what it's saying. First and foremost, if you got more than somebody, don't be bragging about it. Okay? The Most High gave us all certain things. The Most High gave us all certain talents. We've had that lesson. Certain things that we are able to do. And just because someone may be a little lower than you, they may not have as much education. They may not even have money or resources. Don't be looking down on those people like that. Use the resources that you have to help bring them up. See, a lot of our people don't do that today. They don't do that. Okay? Verse 4. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. Okay, let's break this down, baby. Let's break this down. First and foremost, here's what it's saying. Let's use this here. Oh, I'm going to use it just like this. Watch this. All right. So here's a ladder, right? We have a shingle on the roof that we need to nail down, right? So the question is, the objective is to fix that shingle. So how are we going to get up there? All right. We got to get a ladder. So we're going to take a ladder. We're going to put the ladder against the house. Now to get up that ladder, we got to use. You got to use your legs and you got to use your feet. Then you got to use your arms to go ahead and climb up. And your feet got to be going too, working in accordance with your legs. All these different things, all these mechanisms have to be used in order to obtain that objective. So when you get up there, right? So now when you get up there, now you still have a job to do. So you got to have your hands to hold the nail and the other one to hold the hammer, to hold it in place. Boom, 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 tack, 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 whack, 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 knock, knock, knock. And you got to continue doing that. But as you're doing that, what else has to happen? Your legs and your feet still must be in place because they have to stiffen up, just like your core. Your core has to stiffen up. So you're using all of these different parts of your body to obtain one objective. One. And then once that's done, now guess what you got to do? You got to climb down that ladder. So what has to happen? You have to use your arms and your hands again and your legs. And all of those things have to be coordinated. One accord, coordinated. One accord, coordinated. Let's read that one more time now. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, we are all going to do different things, okay? So like for me, I do this, I do what I do, okay? And then you hear this word and you do what you do. Remember, I teach you to teach. That's what I do, okay? So now, you got to get out there and go do what you got to do. Remember, all of us together, we all spread the good news. Every last one of us. We all have a job to do. That one accord is to let everybody know within Israel who they are, and what they need to do to obtain the kingdom. We all have a job to do. All right? Verse 5. So we, being many, are one body in Christ, and every one members one of another. Verse 6. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us. Whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. So let me go ahead and break that down for a second. Now, this is not an opportunity for me to gloat. I'm telling you what's happening. So now the Father gave me the gift of prophecy. How do I know? Because all the things from when I first started doing this all the way until now, things that I have prophesied have come to be. That's not bragging. That's just exactly how it is. And if you don't believe it, all you got to do is go back, look at those things, and then look at the world events now. That's not bragging. That's just what it is. Okay? He gave me the gift to prophesy. So now I share those things with you. So being that I share those things with you, now you can go and tell the people the good news. That's how it works. One body, family, one body. So now I may not have a gift of bringing the word out the way that you may be able to bring that out. And that's brother or sister. I'm telling you, a lot of you have this gift that you do not use. And the Father gave you that gift. And you have to be able to take that to your brothers and sisters and let them know who they are, what they are, and who they are supposed to serve. Okay? That's the different gifts. We all have differences. So let me break this down a little bit further. So first and foremost, now, individuals like King Yada, individuals like Queen Carly, all right? All of you musicians, you have a musical ministry. Some of you poets, let me not get on the poets now. How many times have I asked about the poets? There hasn't been one poet to step up yet. Okay? What about those of you who want to lead in ministry? Some of you that know and have that talent to be able to talk to our people, because everybody don't have that talent. What about you artists? What about you, you folks of literature? Come on now. We all have different gifts. Every last one of us, he gave us gifts and we don't use them. All right. Verse 7. Like I just said, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Now, it's telling you the things that we do, be simple. Be simple in the things that you do. Just like how we read earlier, we don't have to go around gloating about the things that we have. We don't have to do that. Don't do that at all. There's no need. Humble. 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 That's how we're supposed to do things. All right? Verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. So in other words, hate what is evil, but love what is righteous. Verse 10. Be kindly affection to one another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. So let's break that down for a second, because that is a major problem that our people have today. First and foremost, a lot of us do not love each other at all. We don't. But there's a certain word that this scripture says right here. In honor preferring one another. Preferring one another. So in other words, so say for instance, right, as I have advertised many of your businesses right here on this platform, for us to be able to go to our brothers and sisters and purchase from them. Wanting to do business, and this is just one example, but wanting to do business with our own family, with our own people, versus going out there and giving all the money and everything to Walmart. Now, of course, we know how some of our people can be when it comes to things like that. You know, here Walmart will sell a bar of soap for $3, and our people they'll want to sell it for $10. You know, now that's numbskullish, all right? That's idiotic. If you're going to be in the arena of retail, then you got to play that game. And then niggas will get mad at you. Well, why didn't you buy mine? Because theirs is $3 and yours is 10, nigga. Now, come on now. This is common sense. All right. If you're going to be in that arena, you got to know how to play that game. All right. There's competition. I don't mind spending $4 versus 3. I don't mind spending $5 versus 3. But nigga, 10? Come on. You ain't coming up off of me like that at all. I'm giving a damn. You can get mad at me if you want to. All right. Verse 11. Not slothful in business. I just said that. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Now we know that the Lord is not going to take advantage of us. Verse 12, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Verse 13, distributing to the necessity of saints, given in hospitality. Given in hospitality. How many of us are very hospitable towards each other? Think about this. Even those of us who are so-called in the truth, how many of us are very hospitable towards each other? Think about that before you want to tell on yourself. Verse 14, bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Stop! Some people will read that one right there, right? And they would think, oh, you see, you can't do that with your enemies. I'm going to read that one more time. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Now, from the very beginning of this lesson here, the very first verse I read, who is this directed to? Is this directed to everybody? Or is this not talking about our brother and sister? Now, you're going to see how the Father makes a separation. Watch this. That's only talking about our brothers and sisters. Verse 15, rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. So when your brother is celebrating, celebrate with your brother. When your brother needs you and they crying and weeping, go to your brother and cry and weep with him. Verse 16, be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. There it is. I mentioned that earlier. Just because you have more doesn't mean that you need to be looking down with your nose on everybody else. You know, you don't do that. This is your brother. Help your brother and sister to come up. All right. Verse 17, recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the spirit of all men. Now, here's where the Most High makes the separation. Now, before right there, he was talking about the brethren, your brothers and sisters. But now we say now, what you're going to do, what we have to do, what we must do, which is a commandment here that we, when we deal with our brothers and sisters and whatnot, we ought to treat them well in the presence of everybody. In the presence of all men. All men. That's man and woman. That right there, because it goes to show the other nations like, oh my, yo, look at them Israelites. Look how they do each other. Look how great they are with each other. But now you already see black on black crime and the way that we treat each other. Ooh, them nations is loving it. All them niggas hate each other. Look at the way they do each other. Oh, God. It's horrible. We do the direct opposite of what the Father told us to do. Verse 18. Now, this is very special right here because I love this verse. Watch this. Stop. You gotta stop. How many of you have ever looked up the definition of if? If I was to ask you right now, what does if mean? Would you be able to tell me what it means? But we're going to go ahead and remedy that right now. We're going to get the definition of if. Probably the first time in your life you've ever looked this word up. If definition. Introducing a conditional clause. I'm going to read that again. Introducing a conditional clause on the condition or supposition that in the event that despite the possibility that no matter whether. So in other words, a different condition a different circumstance as to what you're in right now. Now let's go back to verse 18. If it be a different position or clause, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, as much as you can deal with, as much as you can take, live peaceably with all men. Now, what does that verse say right there? Now, for one, you kings and you princes, I'm really talking to you now. What does that mean right there? Being that we are always the ones that are going out and having to really deal with the world and their nonsense and their BS. The Father said, as much as you're able to deal with, as much as you can take, live peaceably among all men. Now, just by instance, if you're not able to, then you may have to do some work. You may have to lay some hands. You may have to whoop a little ass here and there. I didn't say it. The word said it. The word said it. If it be possible. But that means that in all things that you do, you take it to the Most High. You go to Him. Now, as we learned last week, does the Most High have an issue with us whooping some ass? No. He said, I'm going to help you whoop some ass. All right. Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. And I really need y'all to pretty much, I need you to really focus on what this one right here is saying. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So this is why he was telling us in verse 18, like, hold on, yo, as much as you can handle, as much as you can handle. All right? But I'll take care of it, just like we learned last week. The Most High will indeed stand up for his children. The Most High will even guide his children to whoop some ass. You see how all this is connected? You see how it's all connected? I'm telling y'all. I want to read 19 again. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. Nobody can whoop an ass like the Most High. Verse 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. See, there is something that you have to do. You have to be the light of the world. Remember, you're the salt of the earth. We the ones with that flavor. It's us. It's us. We the ones. We're the ones that the world looks at. The ones that they mimic and copy. You think the Father gave us this swag for no reason? We're the ones. We're His. We belong to Him. Okay. So now, that was how we deal with Israel. But now we're going to talk about them enemies. We're going to talk about them enemies now. Yes, we are. So, there's something I want to bring out here really quick. We're going to do what I like to call a checklist. We're going to do a checklist. So please, I want you to go to Proverbs chapter 6 for me, please, family. So remember, right now, we went ahead, we closed that book when it comes to Israel. So we dealt with that. We know how we have to deal with each other as Israelites. But now, we're going to see how we got to deal with our enemy. All right? Yeah, so now we're going to go to Proverbs, go down to chapter 6, and I want to go to verse 16. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 16. Okay. Now, some of y'all may already know what this is, but let me just go ahead and read it. If y'all can tell, I'm enjoying this one here tonight, as I should. Watch this. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Verse 17. A proud look. Let's stop for a second there. A proud look. Who's that talking about? That's talking about Esau. Now we know as the Most High called them, they're children of the pride. Let's go ahead and continue. A proud look, a lying tongue. Woo, we know they some liars. We know they some liars. And hands that shed innocent blood. Are they guilty of that? Are they guilty of that? Of course they are. We know they are. Verse 18, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. My goodness, you would think that the Father was talking about Esau. Or perhaps he is. Feet that be swift in running to mischief. Goodness gracious. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So wait a second. So that could be Esau. That could even be some of our people. Didn't the Father tell us don't be conformed to the world? Did we not read that in Romans? That's their characteristics. That's not supposed to be ours. This is absolutely contradicting to everything that the Father told us. These people. And he went right out and named them damn near by every hair on their body. He told you exactly who it is. We know who this is. Now, being that we know exactly who this is, and we see exactly how they are wicked, he said wicked. Wicked. As a matter of fact, no, I don't want to go there yet. Not yet. I want to read one more thing before we get to that video, because I want you to see it for yourself. Remember, I'm trying to drive a point home here. Okay. I want you now to please go to Malachi chapter 1. The book of Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament, chapter 1. Now, we just read the things that the Most High hates, right? We just read what he hates. And now we got to slap him in the face with that precept. Watch this. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. So now the Father is talking to Israel as he always does. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Here we go. Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. The border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So just because you may see some of those so-called white passes, which is an oxymoron. You have those Edomite passes out there or whatnot. The Father said, I hate Esau. He said, I hate them. Why? They are the border of wickedness, meaning the absolute circumference of evil. I didn't say it. The scriptures did. The scriptures said it. So don't get mad at me. So now, being that we said that, you read this one here, of course, there has to be a precept to that, right? Absolutely. So now I want you to go to Romans chapter 9 and verse 13, please. The book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. Now, many of you are already familiar with this, but Paul, he references the Old Testament. And let's see what it says. As a matter of fact, go to, I was going to go at verse 9. Okay, so I want to start at Romans chapter 9 and verse 9. I want to go there so you can see all of this. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. So that means Esau has to serve his little brother Jacob. So that means that Esau, the Edomites, they are going to have to serve us. Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Paul went ahead and referenced the Old Testament, showing you that it means everything still there in the New Testament as it does today. And there is absolutely nothing that's going to get around that. Not a damn thing. So the Most High has things that he hates. So now, family, it's video time. And once again, the disclaimer, if you are not, if you're sensitive, then you probably won't watch it. But right now, family, I want you to take a look at a true example of the border of wickedness.
This restaurant is housed within stone walls hundreds of years old. From the moment patrons enter these premises, they are treated like royalty. The welcoming music and finger chimes of the belly dancer mark the beginning of this most unusual dining adventure. When the waiter makes his appearance carrying wine and special dining implements, it is a sure sign our tourists will soon begin the ritual which brought them here. Feeling that the foreigners were comfortable within his domain, the waiter signaled for the house specialty.
Good evening. Here's the good food that I want.
As the monkey was brought down the hall and a toast to prosperity was made, the waiter presented the men with their tools of destruction.
Good. Look at that little monkey. Why don't you touch it? I know it'll be great.
Secured in a special trap, the animal was now ready to become the main dish. Following a few simple instructions, the men at the table were prepared for the kill.
No, just use quick stroke. Just use quick stroke. Yes.
Oh my God. That's all I have.
Hi. I went ahead and stopped it early because y'all already know my reputation. When it comes to YouTube, they gonna be like, oh, this nigga's at it again. He's at it again. So I went ahead and stopped it at that point there. Now, what happens there further is that they're sitting there and banging the damn monkey in the head and they start eating its brains right there at the table. Now, I remember, like I said, I was about 3-4 years old when that came out. And I remember my Uncle Larry and my Uncle Hammy, they bought that over, my cousin Fish, and they bought it over. And I was never able to get that out of my mind. I had nightmares when I saw that little monkey in there turning around and spinning. And I knew all the way back then, no, something wrong with these people. What's wrong with these damn people? But that is just an example right there as far, not even us. What they do to animals, these damn animals that they so-called love so much. Now, that may not have been much to y'all, but like I said, for me seeing that, for that to last all the way from when I was 3 years old to my age right now at 41 years old, let me tell you something, man. That bothered me, and it never went away. And just to think, if they would do that to this little innocent little monkey, can you imagine the things that they did to us? Whew. Whoa, hold on, time out, wait, whoa. As a matter of fact, exactly what they did to that monkey, they did do to us. Because the Negro brain is a delicacy, not only amongst Esau, but also amongst Africans as well, the children of Ham. So, do your research. You'll find it. All right. So now with that being said there, all right, so we read Malachi, we read Romans. Now I want to go to Isaiah chapter 17. The book of Isaiah chapter 17 and go down to verse 7. And we're going to jump around this one here a little bit because I want to bring out some key points, okay? Isaiah chapter 17, verse 7. At that day shall a man look to his maker, pay attention, and his eyes shall have respect to the Holy One of Israel. So what is the Most High saying? That first and foremost, our enemies, they're gonna look at the Most High. And it's gonna be absolutely nothing but respect when they see him. All right? That fear. Remember when the Most High would talk about that vengeance? Remember he said, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Vengeance is mine. I want to make sure that y'all understand where we're coming from with this one here. That's why I'm bringing all these things out. So you can see how all these things tie together. And the Most High said, vengeance is mine. Why do you think they're going to be looking at him with that damn respect like that? When the Most High come through here and he send Christ and his angels. And, whoo! Man. Now, jump down to verse 14. And remember this our enemy now. And behold, at evening tide trouble, and before the morning he is not. This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us. Do y'all understand what that means? Y'all get it? Who is he talking about? He's talking about Esau. He's talking about Esau. That have spoiled us and robbed us. Took our culture, just like Christ said in Revelation, I know thy works and thy poverty, but thou art rich. But for now I'm paraphrasing, for those of them that call themselves Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Oh, these other nations don't claim to be us. They don't claim to be us. They don't claim to be us. Esau does though. Oh my goodness. Now, I want you to go to Psalms chapter 37. Psalms chapter 37. And I want you to go down to verse 28. Psalms chapter 37, verse 28. Let's go ahead and get some of this here. Watch this. For the Lord loveth judgment. We just talked about that. That vengeance is his, and forsaketh not his saints. The Father is not going to forget about the ones that's been keeping his commandments. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. See that promise? The seed of the wicked? Who's the wicked? Who's the border of wickedness? Esau. What did the Most High say? The Most High, he said, I'm getting rid of their ass. They got to go. The seed of the wicked will be cut off. There is no such thing as Esau or any other nations in our kingdom. It's not going to happen. They will not get into them walls. Now, for those of you that may be confused, or I would say ignorant of the kingdom, because as a matter of fact, I had somebody ask me this here last week. They said, wait a second, how could they not be, how could they not be in the kingdom if they're going to be our servants? First and foremost, the heavenly city that comes down, which is called New Jerusalem, that's where we'll be. We get in there. But remember, the world was made for our sake, so we won't just stay in there. The whole world, the entire planet belongs to us. We will have real estate all over this planet, all over, living like kings, exactly what we were created to be, living like royalty, have destination places and everything where we're going to go, and they are going to serve us everywhere and anywhere we go. Y'all got to understand that, okay? So now, that was verse 28. Jump down to verse 37. Go down to verse 37. As a matter of fact, start at 35. I want to go to 35. Watch this. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away. Oh my goodness. I'm going to read that one more time. Yet he passed away. And lo, he was not, meaning he no longer exists. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Family, do you understand what this is saying here? If you don't understand, please let me explain it. So in other words, when we come to bring in the destruction on this planet, because there's going to be a good majority of us, 144,000 to be exact, of the men of Israel who have been chosen, that's going to go and fight with Christ and the angels and bring in the slaughter that the Most High promised. As you see right here, it said, yet he passed away. He's gone. So our people going to be like, where's Esau? Them niggas gone. They gone. They're gone. Finish. Done. Wiped off the planet. This is why the Father said, don't conform to what they do. You can't. The Most High had been protecting us over and over and over. He said, listen, y'all stop being foolish. Stop following these people. Do what I tell you to do. But yet, our people still want to run out there and follow with their philosophies and do everything. And coon juice and everything else. They stupid. They're dumb. All you got to do is open a book, and the book tells you exactly what's going on, exactly what's going to happen. But nobody wants to do it. And then, of course, in the Christian church, they don't tell anybody this. That's why I said the Christian church is where after you go to the bathroom and you release your bowels, and it goes through the piping systems and everything, wherever it lands, that's the Christian church. Idiots. So now I want you to go to Isaiah chapter 14, please. Yeah, like I said, we're going to stay in Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 14, I want you to go down to verse 12, because it's going to continue on with this here. Now, as we just spoke about, right? What's going to happen to Esau? They're going to go away. I want you to see this so that you can have a big understanding. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven? Stop. Now, most people will think that heaven is talking about up there. It's not talking about up there. Heaven is right here. Heaven is rulership for an Israelite. That's what heaven is. Now, because being that we broke the commandments and the Father took the base people and put them over us, now this is their heaven. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Now, you have to get this out of your head. Lucifer is not Satan at all. Satan is an angel that has access to the Most High in the upper firmament. He is able to go up and down Jacob's ladder just as the Most High allows him. Just like how he said, remember when the Most High was like, Satan, nigga, where you coming from? And he was like, I'm just going up and down off the earth like you told me to. Satan don't have no power at all. None whatsoever. This here is not talking about Satan. Lucifer is Esau. That's just another name for them. Lucifer means a light bearer. The ones who hold all the information, and unfortunately right now they do. That's who that is. Lucifer is a man. It is a race of people, and their name is Esau. I'm going to read it again. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Who's responsible for weakening the nations? Come on, we read it earlier. That's why I'm bringing this out now. Who's responsible for weakening the nations? It's Esau. All the lands where they have went to and spoiled. All of the natural resources that they have depleted. It's them. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. All right, let's break this down. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. Now, first and foremost, what is that talking about? If you're not familiar, it's talking about flight. Flight. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. This is a reference to Obadiah. If you have not read the book of Obadiah, you need to. Their plan is to go ahead and get up there. I truly want you guys to pay attention to this. I want you to pay attention. First and foremost, here you have these individuals who were the Wright brothers. It was the Wright brothers. They went ahead in either 1902, 1903. It was one of those. But at that particular time, they went ahead and they got above the clouds in a plane. And then in 1966 or 1969, that's when they was able to go ahead and break themselves into the upper firmament. Not where the Most High is at, of course, but when they went ahead and landed on the moon. And don't believe anybody when they sit there and try to tell you that the moon landing was fake. It was not. The Father said they would do this, and they did. I'm telling you have some of these niggas who sit there and argue with you about this. I'm like, first of all, nigga, it's in the Bible. The Father said that they would do this. All right. Now, let me continue. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Now, who is that talking about, family? Who's the congregation? It's us. But, of course, we have to get a precept to that. Now, the precept to that is in Exodus chapter 12 and verse 47. Exodus chapter 12 and go down to verse 47, and it shows you who the congregation is. Right here. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. Okay? All right, so now let's go back, just so that you can actually see that there for yourself. So now go back to Isaiah chapter 14. I want to continue reading. All right, I'm going to go to 15. Let's just go there. Isaiah chapter 4. Well, as a matter of fact, yeah, I want to continue reading this. Go back to 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, that pride again, the children of the pride, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, meaning to take those rockets and everything else and sit them up there. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. That's speaking about right here in North America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. This is Esau talking. Talk about they're going to be like God. Even we know better than that. Be like, I'm not talking nothing. I ain't saying nothing like that. Nigga, you crazy as hell. You crazy. So now, jump down to verse 20. Yeah. Go to verse 20. I want to go to verse 20. Watch this. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. There it is. Who is that talking about, family? Come on now. Who is that talking about? You know exactly what it's talking about. Verse 21. Watch. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord. He said they all got to go. They all have to go. I know a lot of people are sitting there like, how can this nigga be talking about this? This is so horrible. How can this God that's supposed to be so full of love, how is he cutting all these people off? It's not everybody, it's just them. Them, the 2/3 wicked Israelites, and the remnant of the other nation that he wants to go ahead and cut off. And everybody that he wants to keep here will be here. That's what the Father said is happening, and you see it happening right in front of your eyes. Don't get mad at me. So now let's stay in the book of Isaiah. I want you to go to chapter 45, please. Isaiah chapter 45, go to verse 3. Okay, watch this. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. So hold on a second now. So all these secret places, now we talked about this before. We talked about this in the Leviathan lesson. They're going to try to go under sea. They're going to try to go into the caves. They're going to go try to hide. We never know exactly who these individuals are, because they show us all the time that they try to go into their little bunkers, their little, what do you call it? Their apocalyptic bunkers. And the little cities that they have underground and all that stuff. Man, nigga, please. They're not going to be able to hide. The Most High is sending them things after them, the cockatrice, leviathans, and everything. He's sending them to go get them. He's like, bring your ass about them caves. It's going into the water. Those damn sea monsters are things that we don't know about. We're taking them, bringing them right up to the land. Get up here. Oh, you're going to serve. And it's coming. And it's coming. Ain't a damn thing I think you can do about it either. Now, I want you to go to Jeremiah chapter 23, please. The book of Jeremiah and chapter 23. All right, now I want you to go ahead and go down to verse 24. Jeremiah 23, 24. And here's a precept. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith the Lord. Do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord. He said, niggas, where y'all going? Where y'all think y'all going? Y'all can't hide. I'm the Most High. I'm God, nigga. You can't hide from me. I'm the God of Israel. I am the God, nigga. You can't hide from me. Get your ass out here. Now, remember when we read earlier when it said that they will look upon the Most High with respect? Woo! Every time they look at you, every time they see you, every time they see you in your fringes, man, every time they see you, they know what's coming. That's why they hate us. That's why they can't stand us. That's why they hate when you walk in somewhere and they see them damn fringes on and they give you that look. You know that look they give you when they look down like, oh. They know what's coming. They can't stand it. But that's not our business. That's their business. And the Most High is going to handle his business. I got a damn thing to do with us. Now, I want you to go to Amos chapter 9 and verse 3, please. Amos chapter 9 and verse 3. There's another precept. And I really hope y'all are taking notes and writing this down. Amos chapter 9 verse 3. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. There is the prophecy, man. There is the prophecy. That's what's coming. The Father said, y'all niggas can't hide, just like I said earlier. For those of you who are not familiar with the Leviathan lesson, go back and watch the Leviathan lesson. They are going to try to run and hide and get in them bunkers. I know that they have cities down there. They have houses under the water. And the Father said, nigga, I'm sending my dragons, go get your ass. And not only that, they're going to bite you. They're going to bite you. You already know what that means. They're going to take them and bring them back up. Bring her back up to shore. Get on shore and come and get your judgment, nigga. You ain't running. You ain't running nowhere. And these are the things that we hear that we should be excited about. Just to think all of that's going to go down. Can you imagine that mental picture with all these things happening? You're going to be seeing dragons. You're going to be seeing all these different things. These cockatrices, these giants, all these different things happening on the planet. Our eyes are not going to be able to deal with all the things that's getting ready to happen. And it's all because of us. The ones who decided to keep the commandments commandments, man. And all of these things are going to happen, and you should be 100% excited. Now, let's go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 9. The book of Obadiah chapter 1, there's only one chapter, verse 9, let's see what it says. And thy mighty men, O Teman, if you don't know what Teman means, Teman is another name for Esau, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. All praises to the Most High God, family. All praises to the Most High God. That is the promise that's coming. That is what's going to happen, whether you like it or not, whether your imagination cannot accept the fact that all these things are going to happen. It is going to happen. Why? Because as the scripture says, it is written. It ain't a damn person that's going to be able to change it. Nobody. Nobody's going to be able to change a damn thing. All these things are coming, and it's coming fast, and it's coming soon. So now when it does come, are you going to be ready? Are you going to be ready for the things that's coming to this planet? Are you continuing to walk after Esau? Are you continuing to walk after these other nations? Or are you going to walk after the commandment of the Most High? Which one? It's all up to you. That's the thing. When you stand in front of the Most High, you have to accept your judgment. Everything that you do now matters. Everything that you do matters. And obviously, you are living and breathing right now, so the Most High thought enough of you to bring you back. I'm telling you. Can you imagine seeing a dragon just flying in the sky right now? Well, ask them over in China because they see him all the time. Oh, yeah, they do. They see him all the time. And not only that, but there's also videos about them too. And everybody want to go ahead and say, oh, that's CGI. No. Not all of those videos. They're catching them. Just as they should catch them. And it's happening all over the planet. And the question is, when it does go down, where will you be? Israel. I am so glad he was able to bring this one out this week. I can't wait, family. I cannot. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be incredible. This is the most exciting time, I think, on this planet because all of the prophecies, everything is being fulfilled. You know, just to think, some of our elder matriarchs and patriarchs, y'all have seen all the change. Y'all have seen the things. You've been through the civil rights movement. You've been through all these things. You see all the changes that is occurring on this planet right now. You see how they look at you as an Israelite. When you tell somebody that you're an Israelite and they look at you like, oh, damn, this nigga know. Yep. Y'all see it. All of this is happening right in front of our eyes right now, and we should be 100% absolutely proud. I know I am. I can't tell you how to feel, but I'll tell you this. It's the good news. This is the good news. This is what Christ and his disciples, which are some of you, and don't even know it. This is what they were going around teaching. This is the good news. You understand what the good news means now? What I just read is the good news. But of course, in Christianity, they'll sit there and teach you, with the good news, oh, everybody's going to be able to go to the kingdom. You lying sack of crap. Lying pastors. Disgusting. That's why I hate them. I can't stand them. But here's the good news. And that good news should put you in great cheer. Should be happy. You shouldn't be frowning for anything. Nothing at all. Do what the Most High tells you, and you reap the reward. You understand that? There is a reward waiting for each and every last one of us. And the only thing that we have to do is go claim our prize. And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.